The views and opinions expressed by guests and/or comments are those of the persons who submitted them and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of In the Clutch Sports Talk and More podcasts. Any content provided by guests are of their opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company of any individual or anyone or anything. We got Patricia, we got Latanya, we got Ursula already in the house.
Here. Hey, girl, you got some free time? Glad to see you, girl. Hey, Latonia. Hey, Miss Pat. How y'all doing?
You on auto tune, ain't it?
Who, me?
Yeah. What I'm
Oh,
looking for.
I was hearing something. I done adjusted my sound. I done put my sound on echo stuff and all of that. I don't know.
I don't know. It's
Is it still doing it?
yeah. It wasn't doing it at first though.
I know.
Xavier up in here. Ooh wee. Man, got a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about today.
I still hear it, but go ahead.
Sound a little better, but yeah. Yeah, we got 6 people in here. We can go ahead, kick this thing off. Wait a minute. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off. If I can find it. Here we go. You are tuned in to Real Talk, where if it ain't real, we don't talk about it. The topics are never ending, so if you're ready for some real talk, you're in the right place. Can't wait to hear what the crew got to say this week. Welcome to Real Talk. I am your host, D. Early. I am joined. I am joined by T. Will.
Hey, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
We also joined by Show. She having a slight technical difficulty, so we don't know how much we gonna go to her. We just gonna have to watch her facial movements and, and head nods.
That's all.
Uh, Now don't sound as bad as it did. Sound all right now. Not it ain't
It
perfect,
get
but it
bad.
sounds a little better.
If it get bad, just take me out.
Nah, we need your facial expression. We ain't gonna take you out. Oh man, it's so much stuff don't happen since last week. I ain't have time to put all this stuff together. I'm sorry, y'all. I got an early jump on it because little holiday weekend. So I put together a couple little clips, got my thoughts together on some stuff, and I'll be damned if stuff just didn't keep happening. Just kept happening. This when we need that show enough news because I want man. Hey, these folks just doing whatever the hell they want to do. They're just doing what they want to do now at this point. Um, but it is what it is. We gonna make the best of it some way somehow. T. Will, how was your weekend, man? 4th of July.
Blessed. Everything was blessed, man. Any day above ground is good. So we had a little nice little couples family little thing over my house. Everything went well. Pool is up. The wife is happy. The pool is good. Got her lights up, so she good.
Okay, that's what they say. Happy wife, happy life.
That is so true.
Okay, well, we got a few people in here. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. And I hate to start the show off like this, but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do.
On your gas showing up, I watched Tisa Tales, Nancy Grace, Don Lemon. I watch every last one of them faithfully. And the stuff that I'm telling you is stuff that's been on their shows. And so I take what they saying. I listen to this stuff all day long, all day
Means
from
nothing.
those people. Okay, well, that's fine.
Means nothing.
But what I'm telling you is all four of those charges are not guilty charges, is what I'm telling you. And you'll see that tomorrow. We're going to have the same conversation. If we have to do a special show, he will not, out of them four charges tomorrow, all four of them are not guilty charges. I promise you that.
Take the floor, T. Will.
I ain't got to take the flow. I ain't got to take nothing. I told you. I know what I'm talking about. I told you that them four charges was split.
No, that ain't what you said.
What? I
That
said
ain't what
out
you
of them four.
said.
It don't matter what I said. I told you all four of them charges is not guilty. I told you that.
Boy,
You
see,
just played the clip. That what they just listened to the clip.
you just said all four of those counts are not guilty. That's what you just said.
No, go back and no. You better go back and redo that. No, sir. That's not what I said. I didn't say all four was not guilty. I did not say that. I said I guarantee you that all four of those are not going to be guilty. Is what I told you. I told you split.
When we talked about that last week, you guaranteed that all four of those counts was not guilty.
No, I did
Based on,
not. So you just sold the clip, Darryl. What are you talking about? You
that's
just
what
sold the
you
clip.
just said.
No, play the clip again, and listen to what I said.
Play it again. So why would they be hung up on racketeering?
No. See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll let you beat me up now.
Let me go back and find
I'm
it.
hooked on your gal show enough. I watched Tisa Tales, Nancy Grace, Don Lemon. I watch every last one of them faithfully. And the stuff that I'm telling you is stuff that's been on their shows. And so I take what they saying. I listen to this stuff all day long, all day
Means
from
nothing.
those people. Okay, well, that's fine.
Means nothing.
But what I'm telling you is all four of those charges are not guilty charges. You took it out of context.
Oh my God.
No. I swear. What? That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. The worst.
Okay.
What?
Okay,
What I?
Donald Trump.
What I was? No. What I was saying is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Maybe it didn't come out right. What I was saying is all four of those charges could not be guilty charges because of the RICO. Remember, my premise for saying all that is the reason why I said that they can't. They hung up on the RICO because it's a split in those four votes. Is what I was saying. It's a split in that. So I'm like, that's what was the hold up of the RICO charge. That's the reason why I said what I said. Because
That
it wouldn't
ain't
make sense. It wouldn't make sense if maybe it didn't come out right, but that's what I meant. Because if it ain't no question, if all of them not guilty, naturally the RICO ain't guilty. But the thing that we was talking about last time was the RICO charge. I said, Darryl, I said that RICO charge has a bunch of subsidiaries under it that are also over here. That's what I told you. And you said, no, I ain't got nothing. I said, Darryl, I said, them same charges that they doing individually also fall in tiers under the RICO. And I was saying that all four of them things that they had, all of them is not going to be guilty. Just like what I'm saying now. But what I'm saying is they all four are not going to be guilty. All of them going to be guilty. It's going to be split because of the RICO charge. That's what they was hung up on. So if you hung up on a RICO charge, you got to get at least two other subsidiaries under the RICO charge to indict.
No.
Yes, you do, Sheree. You can, when you get through talking, you ain't talking about. I know what I'm talking about. When you get through talking, and
we,
I'm prepared. I'm prepared for you today because I got my own little shit, and because I knew y'all gonna come with the BS. I knew it. But I got something for you too. Let's
so
just keep on going with the show.
so that means you had time to get that misinformation together.
Well, if that's what
Because when we talked about it last week, you was adamant that they all four of those charges. Because that's what we were saying. We was like, well, them four charges, that's cut and dry. That's when you came back and said all 4 of those charges are not guilty.
Okay,
Based
well,
on,
if that's what you said, I said, then that's what it is. Then
I mean,
I ain't got. I don't have to lie about it. If that's what I meant, and you caught me, and I'm telling you that what you heard was misconstrued. I'm telling you that all 4 was not going to come back guilty. That it was split. That it was going to be
okay.
split.
So you ain't say nothing about no split and all of that last week, because if you think about it, all 4 charges, it really wasn't number 2 charges, just it was to 2 different people, which made it 4 charges. So you could, if you rationale that one of those charges ain't gonna go through, then yeah, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's possible. But that ain't what I got from the conversation we was having. But it's all good. It don't matter. We'll
Well,
let you.
one thing about me, I nothing. If I got caught up in this, I know what I meant and I know what I said. I've been watching stuff. I know. Now it
Well,
may have not come across to you that way, but I know what I meant.
well, you're gonna have to learn how to communicate a little bit
I
better.
ain't got to do nothing. I know, as long as I know long as the good Lord know, and I know what I meant.
No,
That's all that
no,
matters.
no, because when you communicating and you miscommunicating, then people drawing the wrong conclusion off of what you're saying.
Okay.
Because
Well, you miscommunicate too.
me and
We all
Sharita,
miscommunicate.
we was going at it about the
Mhm.
same. We was saying the same thing. It's not gonna.
Okay.
I didn't say I guarantee it wasn't gonna be. You said I guarantee all 4 counts gonna be not guilty. That's what you said.
Okay.
So to me, that sounds like you saying that all of them gonna be not guilty, not 2 of them gonna be not guilty, and the other 2 gonna be guilty.
Okay. You right. Let's go.
But you can go ahead and explain what happened.
No, I ain't. No. Go ahead. I'm
Go ahead.
listening.
No, you
No.
said you had your stuff
No.
together. So this
No.
your thing. The Diddy thing is yours. So here, okay, explain what happened
No.
on count 1.
If you said I ain't talking about that, ain't the stuff I was talking about that I had. That ain't had nothing to do with that.
Okay, well, what you had?
This
What you
this,
got?
this all my stuff was dealing on the back end. When you get through talking about this, all my stuff is on sentencing.
Okay,
All the
well,
stuff I got is on sentencing. That's at the very end of
well, for the sake of the people that don't know what happened, I'm sure there's a few, not many. The main count, the racketeering conspiracy, he was found not guilty, which uh, I don't think anybody kind of feel like that wasn't the appropriate verdict based on what the prosecution put out there. Uh, so I mean, I think that one was gonna be the hardest one to prove anyway.
Right.
So that not guilty. I mean, it's like, okay, now here's where I get confused. The sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty on both counts. Y'all tell me, what is the definition that we was thinking that sex trafficking was? Based not what we thought initially, like you kidnapping somebody and crossing lines and all of that. I
I think
thought,
when we was discussing it, we had came to our conclusion was that the sex trafficking was gonna be that he was like the old girl was paying for the rooms and they were going like they were in different cities. You know what I'm saying? I think that's how we like they had crossed state lines.
but who,
Like
but
I'm gonna take
who was the sex trafficker or sex traffickee?
I I think the reason he was found not guilty was because in essence it wasn't him, it was whoever arranged it, like that Capricorn girl, I think. I don't know.
No,
I
what I'm saying is, I thought,
oh
and Terry, you say you watch it all the time, so you probably know more than I know. I thought the people that they was paying for were the people that they were saying were being sex trafficked.
what you talking about? Count 2?
Yeah.
Oh, what I got out of count 2 was that sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. That's one of the ones I felt like should have been guilty. But I think what's her name? 50 baby mama is the one that got him off on that not guilty because during that whole thing, they were showing the text messages and everything back and forth, and I love him, and they was actually dating or doing whatever all the way up until he got arrested. So they saying, well, no, now you can't say it's by coercion or by force and all that type of stuff. So they think she did just was blinded by love. It was just trying to do anything to make him happy. I think that's how he got off on count two.
So you knew that she was the one that they were saying he was sex trafficking.
Yes, yes,
Her
yep.
and Cassie.
Her and Cassie.
See, I didn't know that.
But she hurt the prosecution. She
I,
hurt the prosecution. Works. I don't know why they put on stand because she really hurt the case.
I thought the people who he was paying for to come were the people that were being sex trafficked. I thought the sex trafficking related to all the different escorts that they were flying in from all over the country. That's what I thought.
Oh, well, I mean that would be our interpretation of it. But from
And
what I gather from them
if you
is go ahead.
if you read, if you just which reading is fundamental, we should have read more. If you read it, it's the count was sex trafficking Cassie Ventura and sex trafficking Jane Doe. It ain't say nothing about the Punisher, the other guys, or whoever none of them. So that threw me off right there. I'm like,
But they was
okay,
getting paid, so that takes away the by force. You're paying for it. Count two was not guilty right there because it's
yeah,
paying and they was
but they
premeditating and setting up the rooms and all that. So it's not force.
but they got the people who they was paying. That's where the transportation to engage in prostitution. That's where that came from.
Right.
I was under the wrong assumption that they were also the ones they were saying was being sex trafficked, but
Right.
it wasn't. It was
Oh no no.
they were saying
Bringing them across. Yeah yeah.
they were saying Cassie and Jane Doe, it's whoever.
Hmm.
Uh, those were the two counts.
Yeah.
That's who got sex
Those
trafficked.
two. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Hmm. Now, how you can sex traffic
Your girlfriend.
your girlfriends is beyond me because, well, I can't speak for y'all, but we did some freaking things back in the day. I just don't see how you could. Uh, the prosecution they failed miserably on that one. They
Yeah,
they they failed it.
yeah, they failed. But I just okay, Tier. I know you might know the answer to this. Why did they remove the arson uh indictment on Kid Cudi car?
Because
And
they was trying to make it easy. They was trying to make it easier for the jury. They wasn't trying to bombard. It's so much shit that's going on in this case and certain things that they trying to prove. They were trying to take the arson and all this stuff out. They didn't want them to even think about that. They wanted them to focus on these counts right here. And they're saying like, forget the arson and all that. That ain't what we trying to get him on. So they said at the last minute that they were going to try to take all that. In so many words, they said that they didn't want to overwhelm the jury.
but
Because
wasn't all of that all of that testimony about what happened with Kid Cudi apartment and house? That was like cut and dry though, right?
I don't see how it was cut and dry. What was the proof? I mean, you have a
I mean,
reasonable doubt,
I
but
mean, I mean the the lady who said that she was with them, she went with them, or they took her to where they was at to do that.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. And like I said, I know you go videotape this shit too, but uh, I was looking at some stuff today. What the hell you laughing at, y'all now?
He gonna
Eat your salmon.
videotape it.
Eat your salmon.
He
Eat your
already
salmon.
recording.
Eat your salmon. Okay. No.
I'm
And
I ain't gonna do you like that no more, Tier.
what
I ain't gonna do
what
you like that no more.
what I'm hearing? What I'm hearing is that Diddy is got another indictment coming. That's the reason why the judge is not in a hurry to let him go. It's a reason why he asked for this $1 million bail to get out. Keep in mind, all the heavy charges were he got off on. So you would think the simple charges, when he first tried to get out on bail, he tried to offer 50 million and all that type of stuff right there. Now he got on these two lesser charges. He tried to give him $1 million. The judge still said no. And the judge said no because I looked at the court transcripts and the judge I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think the judge liked Diddy. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't think he likes him. In the very beginning, he told him that all this stuff that you got going on with this um physical abuse and all that type of stuff right there, you putting on this little video talking about, hey, I was wrong and this and all that. And I'd be damn, you beat 50 Cent baby mama a couple of weeks after the video. So you still was doing it. He beat up her that was in the courtroom. She got beat up, physically abused by him 2 to 3 weeks after he put out the video, after they showed them in the hallway in the hotel, and he put on that BS sob story, I'm sorry, and I'm getting help and all that type of stuff right there. 2 to 3 weeks later, he beat on 50 Cent baby mama. That's what she was saying in the courtroom. So it already had the judge in his first mind, like, dude, you a flight risk, you a threat to witnesses, you are this and this. Well, I ain't letting you go nowhere. So fast forward to right now, they sit up there and told him, he said, and this is the exact word what his defense said. Okay, judge, we're going to be putting up $1 million. We would hope you would let him go free until the sentencing. And the judge exact word said, so you expect me to let him go free? And they said they looked at each other and said, yeah. He said, no. I tell you what you do. You go back overnight with your team, you write a letter or whatever and your things, and you come back to me with that letter and telling me the reasons why he should go free. Vice versa to the prosecutors. You go and tell me why he shouldn't go free. When they both came back the next day, they read both of the letters, and during that period of time, they said they got about, at that time, it was like 50 other letters from prominent people, Cassie's lawyer and all that type of stuff about not letting them go and all that. Long story short, he stood up there and looked at both of them and said, I would not let you go because your team purposely told us that you may have gotten off on the RICO case and all that type of stuff, but they pretty much sealed your fate when they told you that you are an abuser, you're this and you're that, and that tape just keeps playing in my mind. He said that he played the videotape of the hotel in its entirety in front of Diddy and said, this is the reason why I'm not letting you go. And I got a screenshot. I was hoping to send it to you before the show. You know how those illustrators, they do the pictures, how they look in the courtroom in cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
They said that Diddy, when he told him that he rejected his bill for $1 million, I got a picture right now where Diddy's eyes got this big around and his mouth was wide like an O, because he was already told before that hearing that, hey man, you good. The judge gonna let you off. So in his mind, hey man, it's just a formality. I'm gonna get out of here. And the judge declined it. And they got two what's his name? Shapiro that was in the OJ case. They had expert people giving their opinion. Said, well, why wouldn't the judge let him, get out if all the racketeering stuff is out the way? And Shapiro told him, I said, I'm gonna tell you something. He said, the statute of limitations on that thing, he has every right to sit up there and give up to 20 years, and it can't be appealed. There's nothing. And he said, when somebody don't give you something like that, he said, I'm telling you, they are not going to let him out to go lock him back up. That means they feel like that they're going to give him an ample amount of time. They think the judge is going to have it out there.
Well, I was looking at today, and they say the prosecution asking for, what is it, up to 60
21 months. 21 months on the low end for the from the
Yeah,
defense
20.
side and 46 to 61 months on the prosecution side.
Yeah, 60. Yeah, I saw 63 on the prosecution
Yeah,
side. Yeah,
yeah.
so that's what 5 years max.
Yeah, but the crazy part about it is there are what, and I got the wording that they showed in this from some CNBC. They said those are just guidelines that the judge he can go by. He has authority to overrule all that and can give Diddy the full 20.
Right.
So he can be racist. He could be somebody with a daughter and seeing what Diddy did. You don't know what a judge. He can give him up to 20 years. He has the discretion. They call it's discretionary something that they call
Yeah, see, I don't like that.
it.
I don't like that. And the reason why I say it is because of what we're gonna be talking about a little later on. You have to be impartial as a judge. And true enough, he did some terrible stuff. But if the guidelines for what he did or what he got, we can't charge him for. We can't punish him for something he didn't get charged for. Based on what he got charged for, found guilty of, whatever those guidelines are, you should stick to those guidelines.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Each charge is 10 years. So if he convicted on the high end on both charges, that's 20 years. He can get up to 20 years within the guidelines.
It says 63 months. That's 5 years.
No, that's what they're asking for. That's what the prosecution and the defense is asking for,
No, they say based
at
on.
least.
They saying based on what he got convicted of on the high
Yeah,
end, which the prosecution gonna always go high end, 63 months.
okay, I'm telling you, he can get up to 20 years.
I'm not saying that he can't. What I'm saying is based on what he got charged for, the guidelines for that is up to 63 months based on what the prosecution. If it wasn't, why would the prosecution would have said we want to give him 10 years for each count? They didn't, because based on what he got found guilty of, it's 63 months. That's why the defense going low, saying at the most 20, 21, or whatever you said the number was. So, I mean,
No, no,
I-
he ain't got no 3 months. Now, I can guarantee you that. Now, that part I can guarantee you.
But
that
he get
what?
how long he been in there? He could get time served and they
Well,
cut off some time.
keep in mind, state and federal time served is different. It's 50% with state and federal. You got to do 85% of your time, which it ain't but a little bit longer. But for those that don't know, federal guidelines, you have to serve 85% of your time. There's 50% on the state side.
I don't care how much time he get, as long as it's within. Like I don't because I got a bias against you. I shouldn't be able to say, okay, I know what the guidelines say. I know what the law says, or I know what, but I got the power to give you this, and that's what I'm gonna give you based on the fact that I just, and it ain't got nothing to do with what he got charged with, uh transportation, prostitution, transportation. That's what he got. So I can't see trying to say, okay, now you can't come after the fact and say, yeah, you beat up your girlfriends, so I'm gonna add some more years to the prostitution thing. I don't think that's right. That ain't. I don't see that as being
Well,
fair.
it ain't right, but it's karma. So he get what he get exactly what he deserves.
He,
So
he, he
whether
gonna
it's right or wrong,
he gonna get what he deserve regardless. He gonna have to answer for all of that anyway. But I just I don't, because I'm seeing that the same thing could be happening with our president and all the stuff that they doing. The judge is gonna have the power to do whatever they want, make whatever ruling they want, not based on law, based on how they feel that day, and that ain't right.
if I had to guess right now, I would think he would get 5 to 7 years if it was me. If I had to guess,
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. October the 3rd. That's
now they actually moved it up.
oh, did it?
That's what I heard today. September they said they're trying to get a. They doing some back and forth stuff today, man. They said that he tried to get an earlier time so he can rebuttal with the judge. I did not know that. Usually you always hear whenever somebody give you a sentence, I'm going to appeal it. In feds, you can't, as long as he don't go past the guideline years. So as long as he don't go past 20 years, whatever it is, Diddy can't appeal it. He can't appeal it on the federal side. If it was state, you can appeal it. And I just that just threw me for a loop when they had all the attorneys on it. They said, yeah. They said that's why Diddy is so nervous now that he's trying to push it up to fight as much as he can before that October date, because whatever time he October date, he might as well get up and go straight to prison if he's given that time, he got to go straight in there.
Yeah.
What
Let's take a
AJ
quick
you said?
commercial. Let's take a quick yeah. The car was still warm when Trump went in and came back out. Let's
Right
take a
back
quick
out.
let's take a let's take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, uh, we'll Terry want to finish up some more testimony on the Diddy trial. We will. If not, we'll move on to the big ugly bill.
Are you in need of a trusted notary to legalize your important documents? Look no further than Terry Williams Notary Services. Whether it's affidavits, real estate documents, business agreements, or binding marriage certificates, you sign it, he'll seal it. With a commission in the state of Tennessee, he provides reliable, accurate, and professional notary service. For fast, friendly, and professional service, contact Terry Williams Notary Services today. Call 901-503-0564 or email twilliams7296@gmail.com.
Terry Williams Notary Service 901-503-0564 or twills7296@gmail.com. He's commissioned in the state of Tennessee.
We'll get
Man,
back on that
Man,
later. Let me get back on this Diddy. We'll get back on that later. All right. Now, I'm quoting this from celebrity lawyer David Chestnut, and he's defended people like Paris Hilton, Bruno Mars, and many others, per Fox News. And he's pretty much saying that noted that all the circumstances of Diddy's case would generally lead to a low sentence, which is what you were saying. What you were saying, he said generally they would lead to a low sentence, but Judge, was it Samarian or whatever his name is, can actually do a variance. The criminal district attorney explained the sentencing guidelines don't take into account other factors the judge is allowed to consider. So outside of everything that's going on, the judge knows more about the case than anything, than anybody. And it's a lot of different factors that he's having outside of what's being talked about in the courtroom that he knows as fact, and he can make what they call a variance. Um, they say you would think they would lead to a low sentence. He said, but considering the amount of time he's been in, he'd be out quickly. But on the other hand, the judge is allowed to do what is called what is guideline. Don't take into account the fact that judges don't. Let's see. I got the sense from the judge that he's feeling deserving of punishment. He said, I got the sense from this judge that he feels that Diddy is deserving of punishment. Otherwise, he wouldn't have kept him in. It's so hard to speculate. The maximum sentence is 10 and 10. That's very unlikely, but I do think that he'll get somewhere above what the defense wants and lower than what the government wants. I think he'll split the baby.
I mean, hey, I
And,
still
and, and last one, Robert Shapiro, I just want to get his. He said that he gave a grim prediction. This is Robert Shapiro regarding Dennis' potential sentence. After being found guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, I have to look at it like a crystal ball. And this is going to be a call that only one person is going to make. Many times we rely on a probation report or pre-sentence before they calculate the guidelines. But the judge has the ultimate say, and this is what you said you didn't like. But the judge has the ultimate say of he can take the guidelines into consideration, but he has the ultimate say based off of other things outside of what was said in the court and make his final decision.
I mean, hey, the rules are the rules, but I don't like that. I can see where uh, that could be a slippery slope. I could see where that could lead to some uh, abuse of power. So I don't know.
Yeah, and and we'll say this and we'll move on. But everybody that I've been seeing comments from is so-called people that's been in the courtroom 1,000 times, and they are reading the judges. And every last one of them that I've read are reading the judge like he's anti-Diddy, that he don't, like Diddy said, not for personal reasons, but for what he did or for whatever reason, they just getting bad vibes that, when he just didn't let him out this last time with these two lesser charges, that he was planning on giving him some time. So don't waste letting you go home for a month or two when I know that I'm finna finish your ass and you coming back and start doing your time. So they said they just didn't steam well for the uh for that to happen. So
I mean, I don't think he's thinking any different than we are about Diddy as a person. Uh, but as a judge, sometimes you have to leave those emotions out of your final decision. I mean, I know it's hard to say, "Hey, be fair to a scum or a piece of crap." I know it's hard to say that, but oh man,
but that could have been our daughter. And I guarantee we wouldn't have the same feeling that you feeling now. I would throw the book at the mother. You know,
yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean,
putting a personal thing into it, and like you saying, and I don't really even blame the judge because these are something. This is the law. He's just able to do. I mean, if what you said, I agree with what you're saying, but he was given the authority to do that. It shouldn't even been in his hand to even do that. Who made that? So it's been around forever. That's my only thing.
sure, there's a reason for it to be in there. I just I can see problems with that. But anyway, you said September something, so whenever it is, we'll come back.
September 22nd. September
Yeah,
22nd.
yeah, we'll come back and follow up and see what the judge events, because the judge is totally left up to the judge, right?
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Okay, so we'll see how the judge really feel about it. That get a
I'm just
defense of
laughing
your
because
side. They
I'm
get
just
a
laughing because they said judge. They said the judge did it. Told his attorney said, "Ask the judge, can I talk to him?" I say, "Hell no. Tell
well.
your team to talk to him. The judge didn't want to talk to him by himself."
Well, at the end of the trial, when he got to speak to him, he told the judge he thought he was doing a great job.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So hey, I mean, hey, the defense know what to do. They gonna wire that money to Switzerland somewhere. I hope not, but
Come on, let's get on you and show enough favorite topic now.
ain't my favorite
Y'all
topic.
can wait. Oh yeah, it is. Oh look, she's smiling now. Yeah.
Okay, we gonna start this off with a little short video because I'm just appalled at these people.
Do I like this bill? No, because I tried to take care of Alaska's interests. But I know that in many parts of the country, there are Americans that are not going to be advantaged by this bill. I don't like that.
Okay, you don't like it, but you
So
could
why?
have prevented it from even. Yeah, you could have prevented it from even going back to the House by voting no. So again, here we go. You. I couldn't find the video where she was talking about it beforehand, where she was just like, "No, no, I'm not voting. I'm not voting. No, I'm not voting yes for this and all of that." And then they said Trump called into the office, and after he called into the office, everything went left after that. You can look, the woman even said, we're all intimidated by President Trump. We're all scared of retribution by President Trump. Now, what kind of leader is that?
A dictator. He's not a leader. He's a dictator.
He trying to get to that. He trying to get to that point where, and you know, it- my whole thing about it is that normally you will have one or two Democrats that'll, they'll jump on board with the Republicans or whatever, and be like, well, we can do this, and you ain't have no Democrats in the Senate or the House that was like, we on board for this bill. So that lets you know right there. Then you talking to all these people, and sure enough, I know me and you don't talk about this at great length. Y'all voted for him. Now you see it's finna affect you. Now you want to be like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. How y'all doing this? And that's not what I thought. See, we have to be careful. We have to be, and I hate to bring up like conspiracy theories and this and that, and the word out now is that allegedly Elon Musk did something to the voting machines, the computers. And then when you go back and you listen, see, I heard Trump when he said, oh, don't worry about your vote. We don't need your vote. Who running for office and gonna say, don't worry about your vote. We don't need your vote?
He said it. He told us before the election. He said, yeah, because me and Elon, we got something going. We got something brewing. I don't remember the exact words, but in essence, he said he ain't worried about it.
And then when you look at it, now, okay, let's say Vice President Harris wasn't the best pick or best candidate or this or that. Even with that, Trump ain't won every single swing state in landslide fashion.
And there were some states where she didn't get any votes. Come on now, not
see
one vote.
see that's a glitch in the system. That's a
Ain't no
glitch.
glitch.
That's a glitch in programming, because you ain't gonna make it where she ain't gonna get somebody gonna vote for her. So it is.
I put nothing past them. Nothing. They do. I mean, they're showing us every day.
Okay,
They're showing us.
but once again, they so blatant with it. Okay, did anybody take time? I didn't read the whole thing, but I read through it. The Project 2025. Did anybody get a chance to just read through it? I glanced through it and I was like, oh damn.
I glanced through it, and they're doing it word for word.
Well, let me ask you something. Now, before you beat me up on it, I read a little. I read a lot of it. There's a couple things in there I sort of like.
Like what?
I'm just saying. I'm gonna ask you first. Ain't nothing in there you like that you agree with? Nothing. Take him out of the picture. Take him out of the picture. I want you to just temporarily take him out of your mind.
Okay.
Does anything in there?
Okay. I'll say, when we start talking about immigration and this and that, okay, I'll say this. The people who aren't here legally, they should do whatever it takes for them to become legal citizens. Now, I do agree with that. Now, to just round them up, no questions. Okay, like somebody who been here 40 years, damn, yeah, they had a whole lot of time to get it done. You can't, if you ain't got it done, it's kind of your fault. But what happened to due process? Get them. Let's have an amnesty period. Like, hey, if you ain't did what you needed to do to be over here, then you got 6 months to get it done. And if they don't
And
have it done in 6 months, then okay, We gave you 6 months, you ain't do it, you gotta go.
And to my SA friends out there, that's not one of the things I had a problem with. I'm on your side with that one. I'm on your side. So that's not. He's definitely wrong for that. And then I read, I don't know how true it is, but I read that they was using that. You had some people that were saying, you know what? I know Trump ain't playing. Let me go down there and start the process. In some kind of way, they catching them when they do that. They setting them up, so to speak, like
No,
letting them go in that process and doing it. I didn't think that was right.
no, because what it is, like, okay, let's say you come in, you doing, you trying to get your paperwork and everything, and they'll be like, okay, we working on it, We'll see you in 6 months. We'll
Right.
see you in 6 months. So, the people, they checking in every 6 months like they supposed to be. So when they checking in like they supposed,
They
not
don't.
because they grabbing them.
Hmm.
And but that ain't how they sold it. They sold it on, we're gonna get rid of all these bad immigrants that's over here committing crime, MS-13 and all these cartels. That's who we're gonna get them out of here.
But that's not who they're picking up. They're going to school plays. They're going to parks. They're
Yep.
going to
Yep.
churches. They're going they're going to, that's not where criminals hang out. So why are you going there? That's not. They know what they're doing. They're
Yeah.
allowing these rogue agents, so-called agents, to go around for $1,500 a piece, and which is why they're just grabbing them up. They're making thousands of dollars. They got $40,000 bonuses being offered to these ICE agents. So yeah, why wouldn't I try to get 100 a day?
Yeah.
That's some
But
low down stuff.
and then I don't even we, we talk alligator Alcatraz. No, already flooded. The first little rainfall that came through there, it's don't flooded. Now they come back and say, "Oh, we had to tighten down the bottoms or something they had to do." So that's finna be a disaster, and it's all part of it's creating fear in people. That's all it's doing. It's make me and you talked about this. I'm like, you know, the the Latinos, the Mexicans, and all of that, the Haitian people, it's they coming for them. They coming for them. Guess what? After they get rid of them, they coming for us. And who gonna be able to stop it? That's why I got now. The time for action is now. We can't wait. We can't wait 3 years to see what might happen. Will Trump be able to stay in? We can't. Something has to be done right now. And I don't understand why the Democrats ain't more up in arms about this stuff. It's like y'all know it, but what are you gonna do about it?
What? Yeah, that's kind of pissing me off too. And I know that they are doing things. We're not gonna say they're not doing anything. They are doing things. But my thing is, why are you not using the same force that they're using? Meaning, why are you trying to stay above board, following all the rules? They're not.
Well,
Why? Why not? But
when
that's
when
it.
you- when you got control of the House and the Senate, when you got that control, you can do stuff like that. And it ain't even that you got control. It ain't even that you got control of it. It's that you dominating it. As far as, okay, let's say it, say its way into this video.
Make sure that we hold by our commitment that we are not cutting Medicaid.
Save Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security without cuts. Have to do it.
We're going to love and cherish Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. We're not going to do anything with that.
Can you guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, you shouldn't be asking me that question.
That was a little long, but I just wanted to get the point across that it wasn't one or two that said they wouldn't vote for it. And all of this ain't like this happened a year ago or 2 years ago. All of this was in this year, this calendar year that these people were saying this. And all of them except two that got some guts. I think it was Tillis from North Carolina, and who was the other? It was somebody from somewhere else. But those are the only two that had the guts to stand up to it and say, "Nah, I ain't rolling with that. That ain't gonna work for me." Those people have integrity. Now they not running for office this next term, so hey, maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know, but it don't even matter. They said no. They voted no. That's showing integrity. All these other people, no integrity. So now you sit back and you wonder, okay, what did he promise Murkowski from Alaska that made her change her vote? Did he threaten her, or did he promise her something? That's what you have to try to figure out. Will we ever figure it out? Probably not. Probably not.
We'll never know.
Okay, and I mean, it just let's take another quick commercial break because I want to get these commercials in, and I want to. The next video we're gonna kind of show you the flip side of it. This one kind of long too, but we'll get through it. Kind of show you how people feel versus what's really going on. But hold on.
Feeling sluggish? Struggling with recovery? Want to take your health to the next level? We have the game-changing peptides your body needs. Whether you're looking to boost energy, accelerate healing, lose weight, or optimize performance, we've got the cutting-edge solutions to help you feel unstoppable. Get extraordinary results with Show Enough Peptides for All. Call us at 731-420-5627 or email us at shownoughpeptidesforall@gmail.com. Show Enough Peptides for All products are strictly for research purposes only and are not intended for human or animal consumption. We do not provide medical advice or services. Please consult a qualified professional for any health-related concerns.
Y'all hit me up. I got some new stuff. I got some new stuff. It finally got delivered. It was caught up in customs, but I got it. And
Oh Lord, and custom, that's some overseas stuff. Okay, that might work.
it's tested. Everything is tested. And this is called BPC 157. Look it up. It's a healing peptide. I just took my injection, so I'll let y'all know in a week. Once I get a week worth in me, I'll let y'all know what's up.
All right, I'm gonna play this clip right quick because it show you the converse between Trumpers and people who really need help.
Bill Medicaid cuts. I'm for it because I'm an able-bodied American citizen right now. I'm headed to work. I work at least 40 hours a week. People need to stop just getting free benefits. If you can go to work, you need to go to work because we're tired of paying for everybody. So Medicaid cuts, we're here for it.
Here's my mother-in-law. She worked 40 hours a week too at the same company for 32 years, and she was union, and then she got brain tumors and she lost her health insurance because if you're not working, you're going to lose your health insurance, and then Medicaid and Medicare kick in. Every single person is one tragedy away from having to be on Medicaid and Medicare. You're one brain tumor, one car accident, and for you specifically, looking at you, I can tell you're one heart attack away from needing Medicaid and Medicare. Now, I know that you think everybody that's on them is lazy illegals, but guess what? One day you're gonna need it and you're not gonna have it. And it's not you that's paying everything. It's people like me, the younger generation, that are paying for that for you, for her.
Now, here's my take, and I'll let y'all comment and get in on this. Now, I agree with the fact that people who don't need to be on it, Yeah, we need to get them off of. My first question is how they even get on it in the first place. But nevertheless, I agree with it. What I don't agree with is when you start slashing stuff and you start making these cuts. So that means you cutting the money. So the money ain't even gonna be there for the people who really need it. The people who really need it, and see that lady, she looking at it now. You heard what she said. I'm an able-bodied person. Okay, the guy just told you. It don't take but one thing to happen. One thing, one unfortunate thing to happen, and you're gonna be needing it. But guess what? If ain't no money there for it for you, what you gonna do then? See, people don't look at it like that.
Absolutely.
They look at it like it's so many people on it that shouldn't be on it, and I'm sure it is. I'm quite sure it is. How we can't weed them people out and get them off of it?
Well, they are. That's
What?
what this new thing is gonna be. From what I read, to start in January of 2026, that they're gonna have to be required to work 80 hours a month in order to keep some of those certain benefits.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question. That lady that you just saw, you think she can work 80 hours a month?
I didn't say everybody. I'm just saying it should be a certain requirement. Certain disabilities and things like that should be treated totally separate. I'm talking about the able-bodied people that can work.
If you able-bodied, you shouldn't be on it, period. If you can get out here and get a job and work, you shouldn't be on it, period. Uh, I don't want to work at McDonald's. I don't want to work at Chick-fil-A. Okay, sorry, buddy. Start somewhere.
Well, like I said, to me, it's a big improvement than just giving it to them. Now they're giving us, at least they starting off with some type of requirement instead of just giving it to you. Because a lot of these people are grandfathered into this stuff. This stuff they've been having it for years and years and years. So,
Man,
uh,
look, okay, let me ask you this. I don't know if you was in the military. Have you ever put in for disability?
no,
Okay. When you put in for disability, man, they take you through the ringer. They find any reason to say denied. So why they can't do the same thing for Medicaid and Medicare?
I ain't saying they can't. We on the same side of that. I'm just saying with this
Okay,
for
but
what they get.
but what I'm saying is they haven't been doing it. So who fault is that they haven't been doing it? That's where the problem is. Because if you had to go through the same process I had to go through, if you able bodied, you ain't gonna make it. You're gonna have to go get a job. So that eliminates some of that. The only thing I'm worried about is they gonna set up restrictions that's gonna hurt people that need it. Them folks, I'm telling you, man, they don't care. They don't care about us. And that's where our problem is right now. We think that everybody that's in government is really working for us, and they're not.
Never
They
had.
work for themselves. And no, I mean, I'm sure at some point, people was working for the people, but that ain't what's going on now. They're not working for us. If they were, you wouldn't have all these different problems that we have in America. We shouldn't even have. And I don't even want to get on this Israel thing, but we give them billions of dollars annually, billions and billions of dollars annually. Okay, how they got free medical care, free education?
Exactly. Wow.
Now,
They
now we,
they can afford to pay for it,
yeah.
but they're not. They're getting it free. Why can't they pay for it?
See, it's a lot that go into it that you have to really be looking into it and saying, okay, this don't make sense. If we weren't giving them billions of dollars, maybe we could help out our people. But hey, it is what it is.
They
For whatever.
have. I was looking at, so they're cutting the SNAP benefits, which just of food stamps. So now, yes, we all know that there's people that we know that been getting it forever and a day, and they living on it. It's that's just what they do. Hey, okay, but I think what they thought is that this was only going to affect us, the black and the brown. That's not it. We've been saying it for years. It's been proven for years that food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, that was all is for white people. It was made for white people. Majority of white people are on these programs. And I think what some of these poor white people thought was, oh, I'm gonna keep mine. They're gonna kick them off. No. The slash just a slash. The slash ain't got no color. The slash ain't got no age. The slash don't discriminate. And I think that's what we were saying, that yeah, the cuts are coming, and you so-called got these things in place about, oh, you got to work 80 hours, you got to work. It doesn't matter about that, because the cut of the money is the cut of the money. It's going to affect it's going to encompass everybody. So that means while you trying to make somebody work them 80 hours, that lady who we just saw who lost her job because of brain cancer, she's being affected. Why are you trying to cut Sally Sue and Ray Ray and them off of food stamps and off of Medicaid and off of Medicare? The the I think food stamp is like $6 and 20 some cent a day. That's what they get. They said that was too much money, but all these they get $68 per diem per day. And if you in DC, you get $98 per day per diem to eat. But they said it was that $6.50 was too much for the
But,
American people.
but see again, when you there, who you think set that per diem? You think the American people said it, or you think they said it?
They said it. They said, that's what I'm saying. So I think until we finally understand they don't care about poor or the working poor. They don't care about us. All they care about is the rich, the wealthy, and the billionaires. Everything that's being done is for them. All us crying and whining and going on and about it ain't gonna change nothing. They're not going to change, and they could care less if we die from starvation, or die because we can't get our diabetes medicine, or die because I can't get an MRI anymore to check the growth of my uh brain tumor. They don't care. It's like you said, it's time now for action. It's time for action. We got to figure out how to help ourselves.
Oh, we got to do more than that. And then you see you see the provision that they put in there. No tax on overtime. That sound good.
Yeah, it sounds good.
That sound good, but it's a limit on it. It's capped.
Same thing
So
about the tips.
yeah, the tips and the overtime and all. I mean, it's a catch to all of it. So when you
Well,
really read the fine print, it's like it ain't really worth it. I
and for
ain't really
people like
gonna.
me, salary, I can't get overtime, so I can't benefit from it.
We'll
My
get off.
check gonna be the same either way.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is the people who depend on overtime, the people who depend on tips. You
Yeah,
know, they I if it was me, I would have voted. I'd been like, yeah, I'm all for that. But once you read the fine print, you like, oh man, it's
right.
on. It ain't like I'm getting to keep it. It's just giving me a tax credit.
Credit.
So you still gotta account for it, and then you get credited, which maybe it'll lower your income tax or whatever. Maybe it won't. Just depends on how much you get because it's a cap on it. That's how they word stuff to make it seem like, oh yeah, they really doing something. They really care about us. Okay, and then guess what? On top of that, the tax break that they giving the billionaires, the people who got money, oh, it passed. So now guess what? That tax break lasts forever.
Yep.
Guess how long the tips last? Till 2028, the
Yeah.
end of Trump term.
In the Trump term, absolutely. And I'm glad you said that because this is what's going to happen. Like they've been saying. By the time the big beautiful bill comes into play and everybody, all these cuts start happening and people start losing their Medicaid and Medicare, because they ain't gonna lose it right now.
Mm-mm.
When they lose it, it's gonna be when he's going out of hopefully he gets out. And it's gonna look like, and then so if the Democrats get back in, it's gonna look like it's the Democrats' fault.
Yep, that's
It's
the
the
game
Democrats.
plan.
What you done did
That's the
different?
whole
What you
game
did
plan.
different, Sarita? I can hear, we can hear you perfectly now.
It just stopped. It all of a sudden the thing
Oh,
just
okay. I just thought it was something you did. Okay.
I'm glad. Maybe the more you talk, the clearer it got.
I'm like, yeah, so yeah, and it's all a game. It's just all a game for them. We're ants, and they got a magnifying glass.
Mm.
They don't care. They really just don't care.
And I don't even, we ain't even got time to get into this theory of them pushing this authoritarian regime that what was the lady name? I forgot her name.
You can't. We ain't got time to play it, or some of it,
Uh,
or can you just read it?
I mean, I ain't got the video, but I got the audio
Read. Yeah, the audio.
if I can find it.
Because
Cause
that's exactly what's happening, and it's in play. And
uh,
it's nothing new.
here it go.
Okay.
Y'all listen to this real carefully now. This is what's his name? Anderson.
Um, Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson on the Jimmy Kimmel show interviewing
or
Stacey
Putin and
Adams.
Russia, the Philippines
Stacey
with
Abrams.
Duterte. So start with.
You went viral for laying out 10 steps to autocracy. Run us through those steps so we all know.
Okay, so this happens in every nation that has become an autocracy, having been a democracy. So whether we're talking about Brazil with Bolsonaro, or India, or Putin and Russia, the Philippines with Duterte. So start with winning an election.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the last one you're going to get to have for real. Number two, you have an expansion of executive power. The president decides he wants more than he's supposed to have. Number three, you start to make the Congress complicit. So you weaken them and you neutralize or neuter the judiciary. Like, the Supreme Court is giving you unfettered power and saying we don't have the ability to stop things. Then you move on to firing all of the people who know how to make government work. Mm-hmm. So you gut the civil service. And you do that because you want to break democracy so people forget the stuff that used to get done. So you can't get your Social Security check. So the CDC doesn't know what diseases are anymore. Mm-hmm. Then you put in place these loyalists, people who are only responsive to you. You put them in charge of the FBI so they go after your enemies. You put them in charge of the Department of Justice, the Department of Defense, so they can signal to their friends and tell them all about the evil plans that you have. Then you make certain that you break how we communicate. So you criticize the media and you create your own echo chamber of propaganda. You call it truth, even though you know you're lying. Then you go to the next step, and I call that step 7. Because at step 7, you have to blame someone. You have to blame people for the broken government, for the broken promises. So you go after DEI. You go after the vulnerable, the dispossessed. You go after any community that doesn't look like what you think power should be. While you're doing that, you make certain that in step 8, you eliminate anybody who can help them. So you sue law firms that do pro bono cases. You go after philanthropies and accuse them of giving money to the wrong people. You go after colleges and universities that can teach people possibly what else they should know. You get to step 9 and you start to encourage and incentivize private violence. You send the U.S. Marines into spaces they should not be. You send the National Guard in. You kidnap people off of the streets and pretend that's normal, because that's how you quiet dissent, because you make everyone afraid that if they don't do what you want, they might be next. And once you've done those 9 steps, step 10 is easy. That's when you decide there won't be new elections, because everyone's either afraid, poor, broken, or complicit.
Okay. Wow. Well,
Tell me that ain't happened. Tell me.
I mean, I would have liked to have heard this like last year or something, and then because like you could, because basically all you got to do right now is just go step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that's exactly the blueprint that they have for Project 2025.
But that blueprint has been around for ages. I don't understand. Like you said, I don't know why people didn't bring it up and had it put, but
Because we're in the United States of America, and we don't believe it
that
never.
it could happen.
It ain't even is it not even amazing to y'all that we even bringing this up, that we even discussing this? Does that not even does that just it
Yeah,
don't sound like are we really talking about this?
we in the twilight zone for real.
Is Steve Bannon actually trying to come up with a way for Trump to run a third term?
Yes.
And he is so confident. He is so confident. He already said January 20th, 2029, Donald Trump will be sworn in for a third term. I
I
mean, it's like they say, you say it enough, you can make it happen. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, but that's why I got on here. The time for action is now. And I should have had the clip of former President Obama. He was in he had some little town hall meeting, and he said the exact same thing. He was like, we need to get the judges, we need to get the Democrats and some of the Republicans that's honorable and got integrity, and we need to do something. We need to stop this train before it really start rolling.
Yep.
Because
That's
if you
crazy.
don't, it's gonna be too late. It's when it happened. It's just, I mean, it's I look at all different types of things where you got military coups, you got just the arm, you got so many ways that people take over and become dictators, and it starts just like what she just explained, and the people always said the same thing: we never thought it could happen here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're saying it, and even and see, I hope it don't happen. I really do. But I wonder how the people who voted for Trump, who still support Trump, how would they feel? How they gonna feel when they turn their back on them? Well, they already did, but I'm saying when they really turn their back on them and tell
Mm-hmm.
you don't worry about voting no more. I'm gonna be here until I don't want to be here no more. What's gonna happen then?
Nothing.
It's
They
sad.
they won't even like they did January 6th. They won't even attempt to do what they did. They won't attempt to take it back, take it back. Nah, they won't do it.
And I never really had anything against Donald Trump. Uh, I had read some stuff where he wasn't really uh an astute business person as we thought. We just always Donald Trump the billionaire and all of that. And then when I think it was 60 Minutes, it was somewhere I saw it where they were just like, he got so many failed businesses, not only here in America, overseas. A lot of people overseas don't even want to do business with him because he make all these promises and then he'll back out on you and stuff like that. But I don't get where all this fear is coming from.
I don't either.
So it's either he got something on you, or people just don't have integrity. People just don't.
Oh, they ain't got no integrity.
Yeah, people just. I mean, it's like, if you scratch my back, I'll make sure you stay in office as long as you want to be there, and I can do it. I mean, okay, you will sell your soul. That's like selling your soul to the devil to me. So I don't get it. uh, kudos to the ones that stood up to him. Uh, I'm tripping on this. I know we kind of going random right now. I'm tripping on this Epstein list that
That
all that all of a sudden now it ain't a list. It never existed. He definitely committed suicide now. Wasn't no foul play. All of a sudden now, all of a sudden, when the AG just said in February, I got it on my desk, ready to review it.
ready to review.
Now it ain't nothing to review.
He said that's not what she meant. That well, that's not. She didn't say it. That Levitt girl said, "Oh no, that's not what she meant. She meant she was going to review the entirety."
The
In
entire that ain't what they asked you.
that ain't what, baby.
That ain't what they asked you. They asked you about the list, and you said it's on my desk right now for review.
Thank
So,
you.
so that's what I'm saying. But it don't surprise me. It don't surprise me at all. I felt that that was gonna happen when Elon came out and said Trump name was on that list. I said it right then. I said, "Oh, they finna get rid of that. That is never coming out. He got too much. He got too much power right now."
Yep.
And then they already don't kind of prove that this lady she took money for him in Florida for some project. He didn't.
Mm,
They didn't take it to court because he has paid her with his fake corporation foundation or whatever it was. But nonetheless, it is what it is. Um, I don't know. It's scary to me. It's scary to me. I'm glad we opened up with Diddy because Diddy is real life. It's funny. It's drama. It's. But this stuff with what's going on in America right now, it's scary. That's scary. I hate. I mean, I read about it. I look at it a lot, but
right.
I'm in disbelief of what's going. And we know how you know things happen. CIA do this. CIA did this. All this stuff happened. But what could possibly be happening now? I don't think anybody was 10 years ago was thinking anything like that. So it's scary to me. Uh
And it makes me think though, Daryl, this has all been the plan since his first election. I think this has all been the plan since then. I think before he was elected the first time, this there was a plan in place all the time for this to happen. Because
I,
that's the only thing that makes sense now.
I think they might have had a plan, but I think it was after the insurrection, they started working on this Project 2025. So they basically had 3 to 4 years to formulate a plan and to get it in motion. But here's the thing: the only way it could get into motion, he had to win the election.
But did he win it though? That's the thing. Did he really win it? That's looking like that didn't even happen. I just don't believe. I just cannot believe, even though he still had all these ignorant supporters. I just don't believe he won this election. I don't.
And here's the thing: I mean, I don't know who all would be in on it, but let's say Elon was in on it. He can never tell you that.
Right.
He can never come out and say, "Yeah, I did this and I did that," and he did say Trump won the election because of me. So was he talking about his popularity? Was he talking about his funding, or was he talking about because he even said I would never trust a computer programming in a voting machine. That's what he said.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll never know. But good people, I just want y'all to be prepared for what may happen. Uh I only, hold on, here go the other thing. Guess when don't none of this stuff kick in until after the midterm elections too. That's I forgot to tell you that.
That's smart.
Yeah, that's smart. Now, if people start reading it and really getting into it, they're gonna vote all them Republicans out of there. Them Republicans should not. But again, if Elon if Elon can make it happen, the Republicans will be right back in. Then what?
Yep.
So we'll know. We'll know when these midterm elections come up. We'll know then. If they stay in and gain more power, it's a wrap. It's a done diddy. Okay.
Well, my lady is the
Yo,
people.
you you back sounding like Darth Vader.
Huh?
You back sounding like Darth Vader.
Oh, shoot. Well, you can translate if they can't hear me. If you're on Medicaid, Medicare, or whatever, if you working a job and you got some insurance, go make all your doctor appointments now. Make them appointments that you've been putting off. Go get your dental work done if you need it done. Stop waiting. Go get all these tests run that you need to have run. Get your grandmamas and mamas and grandmamas, granddaddies, and all them aunties, uncles. Go and make them make their appointments now. Because anyway, the appointments is out 6 months anyway. So get all these appointments done. Go get your health look. Go get yourself looked at because it's gonna come to a point where you ain't gonna have it no more, and you just gonna have to be able to figure this thing out. Go to school. If you don't want to finish a degree, go get a degree. Go now. You got a little time. You do it now. Don't put it off. Don't do it. And start growing your own food. Get with some folks who we know got some meat, got some what they call them, the folks that cut the hogs and the chickens and all that shit. We gonna have to go back to the way it was. We have to start bartering with each other, buying from each other. I don't know. Mhm. That's all right.
I don't know. Terry, you got any final thoughts on Diddy? What would you
No, man.
what would you like to see happen? Seriously, if you was a judge, and I know I don't want to put you on the spot, but you ain't got to answer if you want. If you were the judge, what would you do?
Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would throw the book at him. I give him all 20. I just don't. I just don't. I would give him 20, man. He's a cocky, arrogant, and it's just been proven. It's different than you hear hearsay and all that type of stuff, but all the stuff that we've seen that was shown to be fact in that case, man. He's a horrible dude, man. He's done a lot of horrible things, and I know we can always say, "Hey, well, the woman let him." No, no. Sometimes Cassie was a young girl, a very impressionable young woman. Not saying that she didn't have no fault in the whole situation, but it's sort of like if your daughter was to be dating a man that's your daughter was just turning 18, 19, 20 years old, and she's dating a man 35 years old. I know you wouldn't have been a happy camper. That's so. I'm just saying he manipulate these women, man, and it's just bad. Money's the root of all evil. That can make a lot of stuff happen. Or people say, well, if I do this for him, he'll start to like me, or I can be his woman, and that comes to go on and go on and go on until it spirals out of control, man. And I think he should pay, and I just think he should pay for what he's done.
Well,
I really do.
Jane Doe was 19 though.
No, Jane Doe, but I'm not basing it. I'm basing it from what I've seen on that video of Cassie. That ain't the first ass whooping that girl done got.
Oh no, they said he used to beat the brakes off of
He
Kim.
beat the brakes. Yeah, he used to beat the brakes off of Kim, and then used to come on, man. How can you feel any kind of remorse? I know it's the righteous thing to do. Say you don't want to do something based off of your emotions and all that type of stuff. But dude is a horrible cat. A great mogul, great entertainer, but a horrible dude. And that's all that mattered to me. I think about my mom, my daughter, my niece, and all that type. That's just a horrible thing to do and degrading to do to a woman. And I'm sorry. You talking about somebody? If I had the time off, I would be down there for his verdict, for his sentencing. I would go. I would go. I would want to see that. If I can get a glimpse of his face, I don't want no cartoon, nothing showing. I want to see his face because they already said his hair is Snow White.
Yeah, because they ain't showed no pictures, right?
Well, they showed the
I ain't talking
illustrations.
I'm not talking about,
I'm
ain't
not.
no, yeah.
You got a lot of AI stuff out here, but no, because they can't go up in that courtroom. I just hope they throw the book at it, or at least just give him some time to think up in there. I think 5 years would do it for me. He's already 55.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of leaning toward like 5 years max. I mean, because you got to think 5 years for him is probably like 15, 20 years to us.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So,
yeah.
like I said, and then like I said, to come back and even once he get out, dude, one dude said, man, look for Diddy to come back as a born again Christian. That's the only way he gonna be able to change. No, I'm saying this. Think about it, showing up. What can he come back out to? The public opinion is already on it. He got to come out with some type of remorse to get back in. Ain't nobody gonna mess with him. Ain't nobody gonna want to work for him. Ain't nobody gonna want to be around him. Ain't nobody gonna want to do this. Hey man, I'm throwing a party. He could be legitimately throwing a real nice, a regular party. Man, hell no. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying the public opinion.
But you know what, too?
Change they stripes. He just gonna go underground with it. He ain't
No,
gonna stop.
he ain't even gonna go underground with it. Cause you got people, you got Kanye West still supporting him. You got Ray J still supporting him. You got Amber Rose says she ain't never seen nothing funny. It's a lot of people behind the scenes that's kind of supporting him, and like, okay, so it might he. I don't think he could come out and throw a party the next week. But I
Right.
think a year down the road, if he did something,
They'll be there.
cause they'll be there. Cause you gotta think they gonna come just to see what's going on now.
This
Man, them folks ain't finna do Rico. Man, you crazy. It's a reason why the witnesses.
Hey, I don't know how you feel.
It's a reason.
Hold on. I don't know how you feel about OJ, but look what he did. That's how they end up getting him.
Yeah, OJ did it. He did it.
Well, I'm just whether he did it or not, he got off. He got off. He should have just went in the sunset, but he didn't.
I still don't think.
Oh, there you go. Oh, so
I don't think
so OJ didn't do it. Okay, who did this? No, we're gonna wait there for. We can do a
personal.
conspiracy. We can do a conspiracy theory on that one, cause I
I
really would like to hear your opinion and why. I would like.
Probably didn't do it alone.
right. I don't think that's why I'm saying I don't think if he did it, he didn't do it by himself. There's just no way he could have overpowered both those young people. I just don't
Oh
see it.
yeah, no, the juice. Yeah, the juice could.
Oh yeah.
Not
In
in the
in
shadow.
in a, in in a fit of rage, yeah, he could do it. Cause he slashed somebody. I don't even like talking about, but he slashed somebody's throat. So that was it for them. They was decapitated at that point. It wasn't nothing they could do. It wasn't no fighting back at that point.
Right.
But
Right.
the point I'm making is he got off, and instead of him just riding off in the sunset, keeping a low profile, he come back with a if I did do it, this how I would have did it. But the hell out of here, OJ. Sit your ass down.
That's the type of mentality that P
And
Diddy had.
exactly. That's the exact same thing here. I could see him doing something exactly like that.
Yep.
Anyway, Damn, Terry, my fault, man. Hold on, we got to do it. I'm
Y'all,
sorry.
we gotta like, share, and subscribe, y'all. We got caught up in emotions. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. But once you hit that notification bell, make sure all be notified for any shows that we have on our platform. And as always, over there to no, the other way, Sheree. Other way. Point the other way. Yeah. That way over there. The way she's pointing right now is our QR code. Take your trusted phone, whether you're watching it now live, where you share the video once it's over with, have your friends to put that trusted phone up there, scan it. It'll take you right back over there to right below there where you can like, share, and subscribe, what I said before. And don't forget that notification bell. You got to hit it, and you got to hit it again until it says all. Once you do that, you've completed everything. And finally, as always, please go out there. We ask everybody to share it to at least 5 people that you haven't shared it to before. This is how we're going to make our show grow. Hope we, have a bunch of informational stuff that we bring to you every Tuesday. We've been committed to it, as you see, and a lot of you have been committed to it. Y'all been showing up every week, and we thank you from the bottom of our heart for that. So just share it. Just keep sharing it. Share, 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 share.
And we got 2 more subscribers this week also.
See, we'll take that. That may not be nothing for others, but to us, that's good.
That's growth. Well, great show. As usual, we hope somebody learned something. If one person learned something, we feel like we did our job. We enjoyed doing it. Look forward to seeing you guys again next week. I just got a notification. They might have kicked us off of Facebook. We might have said something we weren't supposed to say. But nonetheless, great show. And we'll see
We
you
got kicked off?
guys.
Okay.
On Facebook, it said we got kicked off. It said it can't stream to them. So I don't know if it was something we said. It's just something that happened. I don't know.
Okay.
We go back and look on Facebook and don't see the video. We know we did something. I might have a strike on me now or something. I don't know. But anyway,
All right.
good show. See you guys next week.